move on to another segment I have. It's an honorable mention. And this one is something that just recently happened today. And I had another plan to talk about someone else, but I mentioned him when I was talking about JJ Redick. I was going to talk about Rudy Gobert because he had a monster game, 27 points, 24 rebounds. But I feel like this makes more sense to talk about it now because Greg Popovich is now moving on from being a head coach, and he is going to be just the team president full time now. Greg Popovich, 76 years old. He was the Spurs head coach since 1996. I was 5 years old. That's a long time ago. I believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. I think that's without a doubt. Most wins ever by a head coach, third in playoff wins. He's a 5-time NBA champion, 3 times coach of the year. He's coached some of the best players in NBA history. David Robinson, you think about Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Boris Diaw play for them, Kawhi Leonard, my guy Bruce Bowen, that's one of my favorite defensive players that's played in the NBA. He's one of the top coaches in NBA history. There's some people who had questions saying that he's better than Phil Jackson. I'm not here to make that argument, but let me tell you the list of teams that he has more playoff wins than: the Atlanta Hawks, Miami Heat, Phoenix Suns, the Rockets, the Bucks, Jazz, Cavs, Pacers, Trailblazers, Mavericks, Nuggets, Wizards, Kings, Nets, Clippers, Magic, Raptors, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Hornets, and Pelicans. That's more than half the league.
I knew our name was coming.
I mean, I knew our name was coming when I saw the list. I was like, I know we up there. I know we up there. But Greg Popovich, if y'all don't know what's been happening with Greg Popovich this season, he had another health scare. And this is something that I talked about a long time ago. He pretty much missed the remainder of the season because he started off in the regular season as well, but he had a mild stroke that he suffered in November of 2024, and he's pretty much been sidelined since then. And I've always said that I think it's just best that he just go ahead and retire. I mean, but it's good that he's still a part of the team. He's a team president, but he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to have the stress of coaching or anything like that anymore. So I'm glad that he's doing a lot better health wise, and he now can more focus on something else, like hiring a new head coach. Who knows? I think this might be the perfect opportunity to go hire Mike Malone, because Mike Malone was under Greg Popovich, and this seems like a perfect fit for him. So that might be. I believe he's probably going to be the top candidate to be the head coach for the Spurs next. But this was one of the.
They had promoted Mitch Johnson, the interim coach. They promoted him to head coach.
Oh, okay. So it's in house, so it still makes a lot of sense. And I believe I mentioned Tim Duncan, didn't I? I thought.
Hopefully you did. Hopefully it was the first name.
I know I said Dave Robinson, but I believe Tim Duncan was like right after that. I believe I said Dave Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. So, but if not, then appreciate you, Vaughn, for the correction if I did not mention Tim Duncan. But this was, like I said, this was not shocking to see, but I'm just glad that he's focused more on his health right now, and he can focus on other things other than coaching. Joe?
Yeah, man. Hey, your health is wealth. Take care of your health. Coaching could be very stressful. Especially in the NBA, it's an 82-game season. You're constantly traveling. You're constantly managing people, not just your players, your coaching staff. Because to be a head coach, you got to develop players and develop coaches. So I think that him stepping into the GM role is going to be a good opportunity for him and for the NBA. Like Pop, he tend to break barriers. Like he hired Becky Hammond to be his assistant coach. That was unheard of. To have a
Mm-hmm.
bench like that as a assistant coach, So he seems like a real nice guy too. So I wonder how he's going to be because as a GM, you got to make tough decisions. See, head coach, your tough decisions is based on who going to play and who not going to play. That's your tough decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But as a GM, you gotta like cut people, sign them, trade them. You gotta let go of. You gotta make hard decisions as a GM.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, he seems like a very nice guy. Like giving the interim coach the opportunity to coach the team is the first example of him being a nice guy. Like instead of unless he already surfaced the area to see what's the best option for them, and he already have done this. But if he didn't, and he just said we're just gonna promote him as the head coach, there you go, nice guy, right? So I want to see how he's gonna be in this role. But kudos to him, kudos to the Spurs organization. Just take care of yourself, man. That's more important. And the fact that he's still gonna be a part of the Spurs organization, I think is very good. And
Yes.
he's coached Wemby, so he knows what to put around Wemby. You know what I mean? He knows the type of talent Wemby needs around him to put him in his best situation.
Yep, yep. He went and got De'Aaron Fox to help him out. As a guy that very well, Joe. That's somebody that they said that Wemby wanted to play with, and who Fox wanted to play with. They wanted to play with each other, so now they're on the same team. We're going to see how that happens. Yes, Stephon Castle, who won Rookie of the Year this year. So you got some things going for you going forward. You already hired you already got your head coach, promoted him. So let's see what happens. But Pop, I'm definitely very happy that you're doing a lot better now and that you're still a part of the team because you deserve it. Like I said, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest head coaches of all time. Appreciate you, Pop. Okay.